The funny thing about all this is butthurt stay butthurt for years after because they remember the ones that matter the most, also getting to them a bit, in and out of the flow, in and out of the magic flow. Like Don Juan there, from way back in high school, skipping school to burn and get into a little freestyling with Hot Philly the Blunt there. And then his buddies and other people just couldn't get into the magic, like him and Bop there, aka Dane, laying it down with just a little mixing in the basic gear, and have guys like Philly like there just try to sabotage it, and came off as a hot freestyler, but ended up like a cheesy Philly cheesesteak down the blaster as a hot Philly blunt. And he was asked out by Scooby the Doobie Juan after he's trying to push for money, looking for more. And he was asked out by Scooby. That's a funny thing. Off the big bar snare after in probation. No tolerance. And after all the tough talk of Philly Blunt, Scooby the Doobie asked him out. And the video was put out and they seen right away. Bop already had several good tracks with Don Juan and they were pushing it a bit. And same thing, they're just not connecting right, separated by the party there. They're out there just to distract it. They got butthurts like Morano there, kind of downplaying it. And after him and Don Juan, me, him and Philly, whatever, Dave was there too. And a few other people, Willard was getting into it. And Don Juan's verse is the only thing sounding hot from aside from Bop'Z, and he's got his buddy Dean a little side. Bop was busy kind of mixing in the background when they were away. But same thing, Don Juan ends up butthurt because they're greener-eyed. They're looking to take. They don't understand the industry yet, young. A lot of people are pressuring them. It's the big old high school years. There are a lot of butthurts, that's what I'm saying. And Don Juan seems big boy with, they kind of overplay the material side of it. But that's not about what the music was about. We were going as shredders, same thing, kind of old school West style, busting out the old M16 as Army boys. And not just pushed around. And that was just little Don Juan. No one could hold ground here, really. Same thing, but they take it away over the bar. And it's a witch hunt because they make false claims and stuff, and then they feel guilty. They also use and take advantage of it on other mixtapes, and then it's put in the lost files. Bop doesn't have it anymore. Bop has a few stuff he put out for Don Juan, add a little touch to, but that's just how nature turns out. Don Juan gets the ego going, same thing, scoring big, a lot of big gigs. And Bop squeezed out, but what happened to Bop? He's in, and then next thing you know, him and Don Juan are rapping, and then there's a fight at the bar. Tough gig. Not only that, they're butthurts at their back too, like Army Boy looking in, same thing, GB, just because they missed out, and they had to go in and take too, just for their little fixes. And try to prove they were right. A lot of stuff Don Juan puts out is good. People like it. Deep words, but he's also a butthurt. He's also wrong about other stuff and trying too hard to control other people. But he can't control the other rappers. Don Juan's very individual. Watch out because he's a little devil too, shapeshifter, and they fear the big old devil with the little devils. And their buddies just can't keep up. Guys are getting tossed out. Big hot Philly there. Scooby killed him, right? That's the joke, right? Imagine trying to come up in Philly, and then you moved up north with the Green Man there. As Bob is slapping him down with huge comebacks. It's not just all talk. Same thing, problem with belief. Someone makes a false claim and they go with the claim, but they will see the false claim doesn't stick. And then Don Juan's in a hairy, blah, 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 gets himself in his own trouble. He's looking to shame and blame. Same thing what y'all spics do. It's irrelevant. Bop doesn't even care. Bop's with the big dark spick out there. That's the funny thing. Not only that, he pushed some of these guys, and he'll grab you by the balls after partying. Good times, I mean, trying to come up with holding accountable, but in the end, you only have yourselves accountable. when you're separated and you can't party anymore and you've reached your limit and you're doing the hard stuff, it's going to burn. Same thing with the drinking. Also, guys that are in solid, you'll see Don Juan flares it up so hard, like such a hardened thug. But Bop, they don't hold weight. I'll make a bet with you. We're so hard in trap. Bop's just kind of an underground, underestimated act. Overlooked, they think, but Bop holds so much weight in trap right now, the average guy. Even if you have hits, that doesn't matter. Bop doesn't use ads. That was maybe on Facebook, that's it. Bop is natural traffic, also getting a few hot shots coming up, doing stuff, not because they were wrong, but because they were right. And they actually bopped it up in big weight online, just like the stock market's hitting. And big bang, it's way more powerful, and then it will drop off like a big graph. Just like it is now, the stock markets just drop off with a lot of bigger stuff. Not too much gains here and there, and they just bop it off. The same thing happens over time with other stuff, and the hype kind of dies down a bit. But the funny thing is, what Bop's flaring up gets the heat on it. So it's true story. Don Juan is also not just weak, right? So, but Bop is the heavyweight. Don Juan, like Dave asked out. We were going with our money on Dave to be pounding old Don Juan out in Deliverance there for some of the shit they pulled, and it could happen like a drop of the hat. But we and Don Juan had no real beef. It was just a lot of butt hurts and material situations, same thing. Trying to make people look stupid. Trying to make men look weak like dykes, but men are stronger than that, greener eyes, strong will. And Don Juan right now is just in another dark road. We're not around with Don Juan's drama, stealing. Big boy's all down there for his roots, GB. And that's where the true family lies. Don Juan didn't stick long term. Don Juan is old news too. Is one of these fools that can't be beat, and he's still butthurt jealous because Bop is just slapping out the weight. And as a little devil there, Don Juan's butthurt because he's not that big. Equilibrium issue. If you have that, you're not in the right place for it. It's not all equal here. Learn to love yourself in your own weight, in your own weight class, and hit hard. Don Juan, also remember Don Juan and Dave, guys that bopped in the big old green snake sumo. That's what big boy's roots are. So Don Juan's also a coward too, flaring it up. A big dominant guy thinking he controls it all, but you don't control the characters. That's how you get in trouble, and your ego will be bopped by Bop.